For Kenya's supermarket business, it appears there is no fairy tale endings, with at least 7 retailers falling in less than 5 years. Amid this debris, others have stood firm and seem like they are on steroids, expanding to more branches after being acquired partly by private equity funds. But wait, these are renowned supermarkets. So, what exactly is the issue for small retailers anchored in the same business? Sarah Muraithi, a director of Sammart supermarket located in Webuye town, tells us exactly this.
My name is Sarah Muraithi. I am director 2 of this Sammart supermarket, and began as a very small shop which was selling electricals and electric goods. And because we didn't have much money, we would put a television in front, then by the side you put the box that you have got the television out, so that when the customer comes to buy the TV set and ask, if I said a friend, are you going to have another one? It's, of course there is another one. Yet we knew it is just a box, but after he buys, we go back to the shop and buy another television set. It comes to the radio the same way. We remove for display, we keep the box next to it, and when the customer comes and buys, we still give assurance. If you said a friend, we are going to have that ready by the time the friend is coming back to the shop. And so we went growing that way from very little electronic things, with the support of our friends and the faith that we have in our God. And then it reached a point, the locals who are coming to buy from us, they demanded that we should have East African goods. And that time I didn't know what East African goods, but the customers were kind enough to guide us and tell us what they really wanted us to stock for them. And so that's when we expanded the shop, and we began now selling the goods that people can use in their kitchen. So we combined, that is kitchenware and all that, and this is how we have grown.
From electronics shop to Sammart supermarket, Sarah's model of business has underscored the fact that she has had her prospects achieve via revenue. The driver is demand.
When I've said it is the demand of the customers, so because that time we're selling the electronics, and we also had the electricity kind of things like bulb, wires to the sitima. And then because we are at a certain point, the customers demanded we can keep unga, toothpaste, those kind of. So the demand of the customer is what drove us not to have such.
With inherent trust and good credit rating, Sarah haggled great payment terms, with the supplier stocking Sammart supermarket on credit or sometimes on consignment.
My initial capital, actually, I can say it was not much. It was just 50,000. The rest were given goods by friends. And then we were told, when you sell, we are giving you 3 months. When you sell, you pay us, but we had a friend by that time. And that's what we did. So we were given stock by a friend, and after selling, we gave back. And that is what now the answer kuza.
The transition came bit by bit over time, setting about a shrink in the electronics department, now to a limited extent.
The transition, it took bit by bit, because what we did not completely stop selling the electricals and the electronic goods. We only created a center column. So we pushed the electricals and electrics on one side, and then the East African goods, we put them in the middle shop. We expanded the shop so that we could accommodate the East African goods. So we translated slowly by, so we're not able to bring in everything at once. It was just small bit by bit. And then we have suppliers who've been very supportive to us even that time when we were growing, because like we had a nation by the name Buyako from Bugoma. In fact, he's one who helped us grow very much. And I just approached him just by faith that he doesn't know me, I don't know him. But when I go the little I have and explain myself, he'll be able to support me. So he has supported me. And then others now began coming in. When we expanded, other suppliers began seeing us. And they also had faith in us. And so they began giving us things of credit, 7 days, 3 days, cash on delivery, and then you pay. And you know when you make your name, everybody is after you.
Sammart's selling point to Webuye residents is the ability to introduce new products in the market as per demand, and not only that, this is an employment brew for the youth.
Yeah, it has brought so many things to the Webuye market, because one, it's a supermarket that sells unique things. Mostly some of them not for them in any other supermarket. But we try to bring the unique in products, If a customer comes and says, I would wish to have this, we look for the supplier to make sure that we bring that item to the shelf. And we also brought satisfaction, even via customer care. The customers come here, we do them. They leave here a happy person, because a customer will come here stressed because of life is very, very stressful. So a customer would come here and talk to us and talk to him nicely, and then he says, wow, I think I've got in the right place. So far so good, because I employ the youth. I don't employ fathers, I don't employ mothers, because I'm one woman who believes in empowering the youth. I empower the youth so much because I believe in the youth. You know, when I finished college myself, the person who first employed me made me happy. She did not ask for a vitae, or she did not ask how many years I was experienced in the field that I was going to work, because initially I didn't begin business. So she didn't ask for that experience. I mean, you know, most of the companies ask 5 years experience, 10 years. So I did not have even an ounce of any experience. I was just fresh from college, and this person believed in me. So I believe in these students who are coming from Form 4, and I mentor them. And they live here and they join universities, they join colleges, and they come and they tell me, Ma'am, you've made me whom I am today.
Sarah pursued a teaching career in line with his father's interest that couldn't be fumbled, forcing her to blow her teaching career for the greener Sammart supermarket.
What happened, I'm a teacher by profession, a P1 teacher, and I have taught in private schools, but you know, as a child, as you grow up, there is that career that is in you, and there's a career that your father or your mother want. So mine was a bit tricky because I didn't want to be a teacher, and the career I wanted, my father wasn't for it. And so now he told me, that one that you want to go to, I'll not take you to that one. I want to do teaching. My father was a businessman, the late, he passed on, but I promised him, Dad, I am going to become a teacher, but you only give me 5 years in business. 5 years teaching, and after that, I'm getting into business. Like you are a business man, I'm going to be a business lady. And he thought I was joking. So I went to college. You know, I only made a calculation. Me, I don't have money to take myself to that career I want, because I've just finished Form 4. I didn't want to make a mistake that most of the youth do. So I had to obey my dad, but I gave him a condition. When I get there, 5 years, then I'll start business. So I was educated. I taught just for 5 years. I only extended 1 year because I had a class 8 that was sitting down that time. I couldn't let them hanging. And then I prayed to God, give me work to do. And he gave me. And that's how I got myself here.
Some investors lock in their profits by selling their appreciated investments while holding on to underperforming stocks they hope will rebound. Sarah says good stocks can climb further and poor stock risk zeroing out completely. To ensure long stay in the market, they have gathered support, shown enthusiasm and trained their team.
I believe in the impossibilities. What other people see not possible, I see it a possibility. Two, I'm very positive. I'm not negative. Three, I take risk. I can go into marshy waters with that faith that I have. Then I've come to realize so that you don't sink, do not overstock. Do not overstock. However much a supplier comes with a good offer, think twice. Because at the end of the thing, you take too much, but you have to pay. And when you take what you do not want, it becomes a dead stock. It will expire. And then I've come to do market feasibility. I know what people want, so I not stock what my customers don't buy. To be a dead stock, to expire, great, loss. And then I don't co-pesha. Don't give debts because people are not faithful like you may be faithful. So if you give debt to this one, to this other, to this other, I am telling by the end of the day, you end up closing the shop. You get? And then I've invested in my employees. And I've told them because this market is a bit tricky because of the outside pest. The customers will come but they're not customers. You see them on TV. They tried doing towards that, mtu anakuja, they take the very expensive things that will make you drain. They come and they say and they put, you've got them, put me here and they disappear.
The Sammart is riddled by uncertainties, but certain tried and true principles have helped boost their chances for long-term success.
You overstock. Like a supplier comes and tells you, I'm selling to you these 2 liters soda. If you buy 5 cartons or 10 cartons, I'll give you 1 carton free. To a businessman, that's a very good offer because you make much of a profit than when you've just bought this without the offer being offered. Given your told, buy 10, I give you 2 cartons. That's a very good, enticing order. But now, when you buy the 10 and you are sure the capacity of your customers do not take 10 cases in a day or in a week, what have you done? You've overstocked. So expiry date will catch up with you. That you throw away. So if you don't have expired goods, know the capacity of your customers, the items they take. If this soda, you have like 10 customers in a day, taking like 10 of them, just stock 10. Do not stock 20. Where do you take the other 10? So you must know in a week, how much do I sell of every item so that we stock per how much you sell, not per how much somebody is telling me I'm giving you an offer. Now, you know it is not me clearing the stocks, it is a customer. So if a customer comes and I have not cleared the stocks, I must lower that price. Do you know why? I'm not the only seller in the town. So if I sell it at a higher price, they will go somewhere else and they'll be sold at a cheaper price. Who is losing? Me. Again, I'll get expiries of my stock.
Gauging success has been a major fallout for most startups. Hope and relevant niche holds most businesses.
For the startups, I'll encourage them and tell them not to want to lose hope and not to gauge their business with another person who could be started and went down immediately after opening. They're gonna hang up in, they're gonna hang in there and believing and trusting their God that one day they are going to be somewhere. So they should not give up easily. They should strive, and they should try to stock what the customer is demanding, not what they think can go. Because when they stock what they think can give them money, that is not the customer wants. So it will be a dead stock. They will find expiries. So I can advise them to know the niche in their market. Before they start their business, they know the niche in the market. What is the niche? It is what people want in that area, so that they stock what the customers want. And when they do that, they are going to go far.
Brian Gad, My Hustle, My Story, Maisha Television.